Hey quantum creatures, thanks for joining in on another strange adventure. Today, we will be diving into 3 true ghost stories. Give a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more creepy videos. If you have a true ghost story that you would like featured in a future video, please share in the comments below. Here are 3 real-life ghost stories you haven't seen on the internet. Story 1. The Angry Woman. My cousin lived in a haunted house when she was growing up. For the most part, it was just her and her mom living in the house. They didn't experience anything too extreme, but the frequency that paranormal things happened caused them to seek answers. They invited a local paranormal group to investigate, and that group came out with some evidence, EVP evidence of a woman. From what they gathered, they learned that the woman was angry at men. The men in the paranormal group increased the paranormal activity. That did coincide with the fact that anytime a man would enter their home, there would be more unexplained noises and the energy of the house would change to be uninviting. My cousin moved to San Antonio when she was 19. She met a guy who became her boyfriend. After a few months of them dating, she invited him to go back to her hometown. Her mom still lived in the same house she grew up in, and that's where they stayed during their visit. My cousin didn't tell her boyfriend about the haunting because she didn't want to freak him out. Too bad, he ended up getting freaked out anyway. On the first night that they stayed there, he woke up in the middle of the night to see a woman standing by the bed. He said her facial expression was angry, but he didn't get a super good look because he was terrified, and as soon as he saw her, he closed his eyes. He spent the rest of the night sleeping with the covers over his head and was too scared to look again. He told my cousin about it in the morning, and they spent the rest of their visit in a hotel room. I don't remember any other specific stories from that house, but that's the one that stood out to me the most. Story 2. White Pajamas. There was a lot of paranormal activity surrounding me and my sister growing up. No matter where we lived, we seemed to have unexplainable experiences. Our parents got divorced when we were 5 and 3 years old, so we moved around a lot as our parents tried to find stability. My dad ended up with the house that my parents lived in while they were still together. While that house was more mild in paranormal activity compared to other places we lived, it was definitely haunted. The person who lived there before us was an elderly man who slipped in the shower and died in the house. The energy was good though, and we weren't really scared there. That said, we did have several incidents in that house. Here's the one that scared me the most. Me and my sister were lucky enough to sleep in separate rooms. One night, I woke up and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something in white standing in the doorway of my room. I noticed it was there for a few seconds, and even though I thought it was just my sister, it creeped me out that she was just standing there. When I woke up the next morning, I was going to ask my sister what she was doing. That's when I noticed she was wearing dark red pajamas, so it couldn't have been her in the doorway. I had a hard time sleeping for a while after that. Story 3. The Screaming Ghost. Hauntings, ghosts, and paranormal activity were pretty normal to me until the age of 18. It was around that time that I started to intentionally shut off from the spirit world. I had some pretty terrifying experiences before that. One of the scariest was the screaming ghost. This happened around the age of 14. My sister was 12. It was summer and we usually stayed up pretty late, just hanging out, watching music videos, and playing games. It was around 2 a.m. when I started to get sleepy on this night. My sister and I said goodnight, and she walked out to go to her room. All of the lights in the house were off because we were supposed to be asleep. Before I could get into bed, I heard the most blood-curdling, high-pitched scream I had ever heard. It was loud and it sounded like it was coming from our living room. Terrified, I jumped into bed and threw the covers over my head. I heard something running into my room, which scared me even more, until I heard my sister say, "What the fuck was that?" "I don't know," I said. We turned on the lights and searched the house. We looked out all of the windows. We didn't see anything or hear anything else. Just one horrifying scream and then nothing. It was so loud that we were surprised that no one else woke up. We ended up staying awake until morning. No one else heard the scream. I can't say for sure that it was a ghost, but the fact that we didn't see or hear anybody after that really makes it feel paranormal. And that concludes Real Ghost Stories Volume 1. Make sure to give this video a like if you believe in ghosts, and subscribe for more stories and compilations. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.